What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sure Buddy. I know we've been gone for a little bit, but really looking forward to getting back in there. Sports are kicking off. Football's in full swing. Dodgers are gearing up to win another World Series. Um, and basketball's starting again, which is going to be really cool to see. Did you hear that Anthony Davis is going to be wearing the Kareem goggles?
I saw that. I saw that. I
Yeah,
mean, good.
good for him. At least one part of him that won't break.
Yeah.
Um, what are we talking about today? There's really a lot going on in football. So
Yeah. I mean, we just did a whole episode on the NFC powerhouses and contenders for the Super Bowl, but let's equal it out and let's do the NFC as well. Again, I think there's only a few real contenders. Obviously, you have the reigning champs, Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay looks pretty legit. And then let's just do the Lion and the Packers. I don't NFC West. Oh, I'm sorry, and of course the Rams. Uh, Rams are pretty legit as well.
don't forget
So
my
let's
adopted team.
yeah, let's kick it off with the reigning champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, who completed all of zero passes in the second half of yesterday's game and have some controversy brewing underneath the skin there with AJ Brown posting cryptic in his feelings messages and getting only two catches. And
He
I
said,
think I
when no
saw a
one's
stat.
listening, when no one's listening to you and no one
Just
cares,
walk away.
don't make any noise. Just shrug your shoulders and walk away. And then he went and fucking did the exact opposite of that and posted it on social media. That is the opposite of shrugging your shoulders and walking away. That's
Yeah.
saying what you want to say to the entire fucking world.
No,
What a
I
douche.
yeah. I mean, I saw this stat yesterday. I think AJ Brown has like 14 catches on the season, and Puka had 13 yesterday, which is just ridiculous. But yeah.
Waste of fantasy
So
draft capital.
yeah, never draft. Here's free fantasy advice: never draft Eagles receivers because Hurts is just a fullback throwing passes.
Yeah,
So
he's not a good passer. He's not a good like quarterback. He's a great fullback. Um,
yeah.
it's you say it jokingly, but what are your thoughts on the tush push?
I think I saw somebody talking about it. It's just a really hard play to officiate. There's a bunch of offsides happening. The center's lining up over the ball. It's an ugly play. I think that I don't care that one team does it better than the other. I think it should, as long as it's officiated correctly, which it's not being. So I think you should. I personally think you should ban the tush push.
Yeah, I just think everyone that's saying that it's unfair, and they should ban it for that reason is like a fucking pussy. Like,
Yeah,
like, that's like real snowflake behavior. That's real like participation trophy type shit. Like, dude, there's nothing stopping any team from doing the tush push. Like, could the Raiders go out there and do the tush push? Like, could they physically line up in the formation and do it? Yeah, probably, but they suck. Like, their
yeah,
offensive line sucks. Their quarterback's not strong. Gino's like just got noodles for legs. Like, he's not athletic. So, you can go out there and or you can learn to counter it. Like, didn't the Commanders last year just decide to basically dive over the
nope.
offensive line and try and time it like 5 times in a row? Sure, that didn't work, but you can do things. Learn to stop it, learn to do it, stop bitching. And I hope the Eagles do win the Super Bowl again.
No, man.
They have a super
Eagle.
they have a
I, I,
superpower.
I know you. I think you in our last pod you called the Bills the Spurs, but I think the Eagles are like the Spurs. They're
Yeah,
just
they're I mean,
boring. They're just
hella
a
fundamental.
boring
They're super
team that
boring, but
just
listen, sports is not about entertainment. It's about wins and
yeah.
losses.
I guess I should watch wrestling if I want sports entertainment, but
Exactly. Um,
but it
but yeah, I don't. I mean, they look like they got the clear cut path. I mean, you don't have to throw any passes in the second half and still win a game going away. I mean, and that was like a tough game. It wasn't like it was like it wasn't like they had positive game script. It was like
no,
a rough and tumble game.
but they had I mean they were up 24-6 at half, and then it was 24-13. Then Baker threw another, or Bucky fumbled.
Yeah,
When I think the
yeah,
wrist
yeah,
is when the wrist hits, you're down. But whatever, Eagles get all the breaks, man.
yeah. They do.
Um, but I mean, whatever. I think the Eagles will go far, but I don't see them winning it again. I think that they're it's a passing league. Eventually, you got to pass the ball, and I don't think that they can. I don't think
Who do you
is good enough of a passer.
who do you think can
Uh,
beat them in the NFC?
I think your adopted team, man. I think as long as Stafford's back stays healthy, I think the Los Angeles Rams, great young defense, good O line, absolutely amazing coach, good running back, studs at wide receivers. I don't know who their tight end is, but I don't think it really matters with Puka and
Tyler
Devontae
Higbee?
on. I don't know who cares, man. It doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference.
I was hoping that this year would kind of be a down year so they could maybe draft some young quarterback talent next year. But it looks like old man Stafford is going to keep it together. At least seems like it. I traded you Puka Nacua, thinking I was
You
giving you
did,
a fucking landmine. Um, and
but
I was my master plan was this guy's got Malik Neighbors and CMC. If I set Puka Nacua in between, it'll be like Minesweeper, and you just fucking land one mine goes off and your whole thing's gonna explode. But I think they might end up being healthy, and if they do, I'd pick them, but I just don't think that health is going to be in their favor. I think the Lions have a better shot. Honestly, Lions are playing like they're fucking pissed off right now. They're rallying. Um, it seems like the players are actually more invested this year because it's like, oh, all their coordinators are gone, and Ragnow and blah blah blah. And so like all the skill position players, the defensive players who didn't really get a chance to prove themselves last year because they were all hurt. These guys are all like coming out like gangbusters. They're playing super hard, and that Ravens game was just such a statement win for me. Like I just it was really impressive, and you still, even though things have kind of changed the last couple of years, you feel good rooting for the Lions. So
yeah.
I think they got a great shot.
But seeing the Ravens with against the Bills and how they looked this week against the Chiefs, does that Detroit uh, win over the Ravens diminish at all? Considering that
No,
they Ravens
no,
defense looks like hot trash.
no. I mean, Spagnuolo is like he's like just got their number, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's just got their number every year. He knows how to like he made the year before they got Derrick Henry, he made them not rush the ball at all in the conference finals or wherever they faced in
yeah.
the postseason. He made them decide to not do the thing that they're best at. He's in their head. I don't think they can overcome him. But that's all that was. And Lamar had a hamstring injury. Um, I do think their defense is suspect, but again, they had injuries. And so their defense got worse throughout the game because of the injuries. They were undermanned. So no, not at all. I think it was still an impressive victory. I think the Ravens are just it's just a bad year for them.
I'm just not a believer, to be honest, in Jared Goff more than anything else. I don't think that he's explosive or is can make the right enough plays to beat like a Stafford or a Baker. Um, their defense is all right. I mean, they have good safeties. I don't know if their corners are actually they have DJ Reed, but the other corner, Terry Arnold. I mean, he has a podcast, and that's about it.
If anybody can do that. Um,
Yeah,
if you if you had to pick right now, Josh Allen's not available, he's gone,
yeah.
and you had to pick to take your franchise to the promised land, would you pick Daniel Jones or would you pick Jared Goff?
Probably. I mean, that's right now. Daniel Jones,
I just asked the question. You got to
Indiana
come up with
Jones.
the answer.
I take Indiana Jones over Jared Goff, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Indiana
Jer
Jones. He's mobile. He can
I
do.
don't. I look. I'm not saying Jared Goff is a Hall of Famer to be. I just think that the preponderance of evidence in the last couple years says that he's not as bad as advertised.
All right. Well, let's go with my other team that's going to be in the NFC Championship. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Rams
Dude,
is my prediction right there.
I if I could, I mean, there's nothing I could ask for um that would be more satisfying than to see the Rams and the Bucks face off in the NFC Conference Championship game. I love the Rams. It's just great vibes going to SoFi and seeing the Rams play, being in Southern California and all that. Like, the Raiders abandoned me, but I can't seem to abandon them. But still, loyal to the soil. Love the Rams. Um, love Devontae Adams. Love that he's on there. Puka Nakua, just super gritty and tough. Matthew Stafford also super gritty and tough playmaker, explosive. They always seem to find ways to add talent. Never thought I would have said this, but ever since the Tom Brady era, the Bucks have kind of been the same. They've kind of been Rams East. They always pick the right players. They got like tough smash mouth defense. They've got great playmakers. Mike Evans, like he's just been such a consistent, reliable stud. And now Baker, like Baker was, like he was a Baker commercial maker, I think is what Skip Bayless said the first year that he was the the first year he was in the league, he had more commercials than he had touchdown passes like halfway through the season. Um, and it was just like, oh, the trajectory of his career. And I still remember the night that he came and played for the Rams, suited up, landed the night before, suited up against my Raiders, and kicked our asses. I was like, oh shit, this guy might be real. And then somehow, like the fact that like how fucking awful are the Carolina Panthers as an organization that they had this fucking guy playing like safety on scout team instead of having him as their starting quarterback. Um, Not to mention Sam Darnold as well. But to do all that, land in Tampa Bay, resurrect his career, and this dude is such like he's so tough. He just makes play after play after play. He gets like knocked around, beat up, gets his ass kicked, and he gets back up, and he's just so likable. Like something about the guy is like just fucking love Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield now. I love
I
the
love
guy.
Baker.
I root for
It,
him and Bucky Irving. Like what a stud he's become.
yeah, I mean, I thought Bucky would be a little too small when he first came into the league.
Me
I thought he'd
too.
be more of a scat back, but Bucky's proved to be a
And
legit three down back. I mean, he had that
Egbuka,
60-yard touchdown. Abuka, I mean, they just draft well. They have a
they
good
draft really well, dude.
management. And one point on the Rams actually have the Falcons' first round draft pick from that stupid trade that the Falcons made for uh, Jalen Walker or something like that. So
That's
they
right.
actually have Atlanta's first round pick. So if
See,
Atlanta,
they were like what three? It's been 3 years since they got those shirts made that said "fuck them picks," right,
yep,
dude? And they're already like stacked again, and they have surplus picks coming up.
yeah.
That's
I
a
mean, that's what happened when you
well run
draft.
organization.
Puka was a fifth round draft pick, man. It's crazy. Kyron Williams also super late draft pick. I don't know anyone on their own. Actually, I don't even know who they picked. Jared Verse was the only first round draft pick I could even think of on their team, to be honest. But
Fantastic.
um,
But yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I'm with you. I'm rooting for Rams Bucks, um, NFC Championship.
I think that's what
Um,
America wants, man.
yeah,
Everyone's tired of the boring ass Eagles. But the last team, I think the Jekyll and Hyde of the NFC right now is came out like gangbusters, and now the last two games they're winless in the last two games, which is the Green Bay Packers. I'm kind of curious on what your thoughts on if Jordan Love can put enough games together in the playoffs to make a deep run.
we were talking about this. I had a crazy thought. There's one very like possible, not likely, but very possible outcome of the trade between the Cowboys and the Packers of Micah Parsons is where Jerry Jones ends up coming out looking like a genius, and they're gonna have another Netflix documentary about him. But dude, the fact that Micah kept having to go in and out of the game 4 weeks in after getting a ton of rest in the off season, not taking any snaps, like, I don't buy this getting up to speed thing. Like, he's an elite athlete. He can learn the playbook and positions and formations and calls and conditioning. Like, I mean, you should always be ready to go at that level of athlete. Um, so it seems like his back is bothering him, and it sounded like they said it was going to be a problem all year long. If it gets worse, if it gets exacerbated, if he takes just a bad shot or something to the back, um, if he ends up needing surgery, God forbid, um, this could go poorly this year and in the future for the Packers. And they seem to have the Niners injury bug. So I'm not investing too much time or effort or energy in the Packers this year. They're a great team. I love rooting for the Packers. But I just don't think it's going to come together. You're not getting Jaden Reed back until week 8, and then who knows what type of like condition he's going to be in then. Um, I don't. You believe in Golden? I don't so much. And then, Dobbs, Watson, Wicks, they're just guys. Josh Jacobs looks like a stud though. But I think the only concerning thing is their defense hasn't looked good the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys have a good offense, but not that good without CD and
Dude, they're missing their
it,
whole offensive line.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
everybody is backups right now, I think.
I don't think they had any sacks besides that tackle for no gain that Micah had in overtime, which was a little bit
No,
worrisome. But
no, they did
um,
not because I was counting on Rashawn Gary.
no, yeah. I mean, I like their linebackers. I like Quay Walker. I like Edgerrin Cooper, but and
Dude,
Keyshawn
those guys are
Nixon and
they're big and fast. It's like
yeah, man,
crazy
those are
unlikely combination. They just
yeah,
like they're so quick, but they didn't play well. Like
yeah,
allowing the Cowboys 40 points without CD and with a banged up offensive line, and with like Turpin and the other guy not really mixing in. Like it was basically Ferguson, Javante, and Pickens that just like
yeah.
ran roughshod over them.
I mean, Tolbert had that one amazing catch in the
Jalen
overtime,
Tolbert.
but that
That's
was
right.
that was that was just kind of a one-off play. But you're right. I mean, that's a little worrisome. I think there's maybe too much feelings and kind of people were too hyped up. I mean, I trust LaFleur to be honest. I think they'll get it right. I think they can make a run. I think at the problem is I think at the most inopportune time, Love will throw a pick or do something stupid
Yeah, he'll do
which will
that
cost them the game.
their stupid fucking
Back
back
foot,
shoulder, back foot,
fade
fade
away.
away jumper. What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know, man. I don't know why he does that so much. But
Dude, I've never seen a quarterback do that that
well,
often.
let me end it on this. What is I know what you want, but what is your prediction for the NFC Championship?
Early prediction is Eagles, Lions.
Eagles Lions. I'm gonna go Eagles Rams as the prediction. Who I want is of course a little bit different, but
Yeah, Rams Bucks all the
Eagles
way.
Rams.
I'm just worried about the health of the Rams.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, we're gonna keep this pod going here. We're gonna be pumping out a bunch more content as the season goes on, and kind of be more regular with you guys. But please, do like, subscribe, comment, tell us where we fucked up, where we what you agree with, what you don't, and
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
much
give
you
us
love
I
the mustache. So
yeah, give us ideas. We're open to, just what do you guys want to see and hear? We're it's meant to be just a forum where people can get together and talk sports and, I guess shoot the shit and make fun of each other. Kind of like what Short Buddy or Fantasy League is. So,
Yep.
yeah, send in your comments, like, subscribe, shoot us, a message and just let us know how we're doing.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
Peace.
Catch you next time.